Sunday morning, everybody. Welcome back to Barber Dave's Barbershop at Home. And we've got kind of a special shave today to go into a little background. Those of you that follow my channel and those of you that are members on the TSC. On about November 15th, I was diagnosed with a deep vein thrombosis, or DVT blood clot, in my left leg, and subsequently was put on to Eliquis, which is a blood thinner. And, was warned, do not shave with this, do not shave with this. Well, for the last month or so, I've been shaving with a very mild DE, and then I stepped it up a couple days ago to a more aggressive DE, and then to an open comb. Quite frankly, a lot of these shaves are just mundane and routine, and I do those during the week, and so I look forward to my straight shaves on the weekend. And so I've decided, much to the chagrin of a few people, although I did get permission from the boss, to go ahead and do a straight shave today. So we're going to do that. Stay tuned. We don't know what's going to happen. But got to get back. So what we're going to be using today for our straight shave is what I consider a fairly safe razor. It's a 5/8, and it's my Filarmonica JMP 12. So 5/8 square point. I just touched this thing up a while back with a Transarc hone, so it's very, very sharp. And then we'll go into all the other details of what I'm using after the shave. Another thing I want to talk about today that's been around on the forum for a while, or for a couple of days, is talking about and as you can tell by the way this soap's going on, you probably can get what base this is. We're using CBL Orion Hammam Spa. And this soap is very unique because it takes a little while and some water to get really the way it is, but I think it's the slickest and the most nourishing soap what CBL has. It just takes a little work, but boy, is it worth it. So anyway, what we were discussing was the Gillette slide and how it got to be that name. Well, the Gillette slide has been around a long, long time. And people with tougher beards were trying to figure out a way, rather than the straight and the upward stroke, how to get the best overall shave from their Gillette razors. And I apologize, this video is probably going to be a little bit longer than my normal ones because I'm going to be taking my time. Plus, to get the CBL Orion just right, you have to add little bits of water, slowly but surely, and then all of a sudden you'll know it'll just explode. As you probably can see, it's getting to that point now. Anywho, so a Gillette slide is basically taking your Gillette razor, and as you come down on the razor, you're actually doing basically a diagonal stroke as you're coming down. And what that does, and I think some people have mentioned it, it creates a scything action, which for some people's beards works very well to remove whiskers. And it's also the inspiration behind what they call the slant razor. The slant razor basically has a blade that is, in this section right here, is tweaked. So when you're coming straight down, because instead of doing the Gillette slide, because that is kind of an advanced maneuver and you don't want to do it, and you don't want to stop because you'll slice yourself like sushi. But what it does is it basically mimics that same action in your shave. So the slant razors have become very, very popular for that reason. Now, can the Gillette slide, because they call it the Gillette slide because, let's face it, all the razors were Gillettes back then. So it could just be called the razor slide. But since most people were doing it with DE razors, they called it the Gillette slide. Now, can the Gillette slide be done with a straight razor? Absolutely. In fact, those of you that have followed my channel for a long time and followed my straight shaving, you actually see it every time I shave. Because I actually use a scything action when I'm shaving, because I shave my face diagonally. And also when I'm doing my last pass. And I'll demonstrate that today, along with the flat blading, if we get to that point. I do have a DE on standby, just in case, as well as a bunch of alum. So as you can see, by just taking your time and adding just little tiny bits of water to the Orion, it becomes just amazing. And I think that this is probably the best soap that CBL has ever, the best base that CBL has ever come up with. And I would say it's also the best overall soap. I absolutely love it. I hope that in the future he will decide to make more versions of Orion, because it is just super creamy, super protective. And for my first shave back into straights, I wanted to have something as protective as possible. Looking forward to the Zoom call today, and hopefully we'll have quite a number of people show up. Okay, well, here we go, folks. Almost quite a while since I've done a straight, so let's see how we do here. So as I was saying, I do a diagonal stroke this way, but I am doing some scything. At the same time. And I'm probably being a little bit more tentative than I normally am with my straights, but for obvious reasons. So here's another perfect example. As I'm coming across my chin, I'm actually pushing a little bit up on the razor, which again is giving that scything action. And I feel that I get a much better shave with my straights by doing that. And I do the same thing here. If you watch how the lather gathers on the blade, you can see I do the same, basically the same thing. So, you know, it's called the Gillette slide, but really it's just the razor slide in my opinion. God, does it feel good to be back just shaving with a straight razor. Before I forget, don't forget to look right up here. My cohorts in crime, Nurse Dave and Major Rich, and hopefully Bill M, if I can link to his channel. Make sure you support them. And come check us out at the TSC, www.theshavingcadre.com. And of course, if you like what you see here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, which is the barber pole with the cowboy hat, as we'd love to see you over at the TSC, because this is kind of really the official TSC, not the official one, but these are all produced by the TSC. And then ring the bell if you'd like to get reminders. I haven't been doing as many video shaves lately simply because it's been mostly with a DE. So hopefully that answers a little bit of the questions to you guys about the Gillette slide, the razor slide, and everything else. It is an advanced technique, so if you're a fairly new DE or even a new straight razor shaver, don't even think about it in the beginning, because it is the quickest way to kind of hurt yourself. So first pass went great. Let's see how we do on the second one. And you'll also see I scythe on the upward pass too. Okay, there's pass two. So far, so good. Also, the Rudolph gift exchange over on the TSC is doing very, very well. Also, for those of you in YouTube land that may not be part of the TSC as of yet, it's come to my attention that on one of the Facebook forums, somebody had mentioned about the TSC convention and it's only for paying members. Well, let me just spell that right out of the gate. First of all, our forum is free. We don't have paying members. Now, will these members have to pay for their hotel and some of the things that we're doing as a registration fee? Absolutely. It is a convention. It's the TSC's first annual convention. So let me dispel that rumor right out of the gate. And I don't know if this person is just ill-informed or ignorant, but we've never charged for membership at the TSC, nor will we ever. Enough said about that. What I find I do with most of my soaps for the final pass, just to get that extra slickness, is I put a little bit of water in. And like I said, I can't speak highly enough of the CBL soaps in general, but of the CBL Orion. I think it's the best soap on the planet, personally, but that's me. Okay, final pass. Now, some of you had asked me why I do my upward pass, or what's traditionally against the grain, on my second pass. Well, actually, believe it or not, for me, the way my beard is mapped, this is my against the grain on this side. This is also the only pass that I don't do the scything action as I'm going sideways, but I do it when I'm coming up. I just do it in the other direction. This part in here is the part that scares me the most about cutting myself right now. Because it's so close to the lip. And traditionally, lips don't stop bleeding very well. Okay, now the fun one, the fool's pass. Okay, see how we did. See if there's any cleanup I need to do. Now the face is DSBBS, maybe a little bit in the neckle area. And for those of you that remember, I've got a kind of a 3-stage process that I use for this area. And again, that's a scything action followed by a upward motion, followed by flat blading. And some buffing, obviously. And for this portion, I leave the lather on the blade because I'm going to use it again here. And I will do some scything with the upward action, and then what I'll do here is I'll just add this lather, and then I'll do my flat blading. And that is literally what it is. Both up or down and up. And it does not, I have not noticed that it dulls the blade at all. The good news about CBL soaps is you could actually do this with just the residual water that is on your face. So absolutely tremendous. Well, first straight shave back. Feels pretty good. DSBBS. Let's see what the alum says. No injuries that I can see. Really no alum sting to speak of. A couple of little spots, but with a straight razor, that's pretty much normal. And that was Proraso Alum, by the way. So yeah, great shave. Wonderful. God, it feels good to be back to straights. I don't know how much I'll tempt Murphy. Maybe a straight shave on the weekends, maybe once a week. We'll see. But just the nourishment of the shave soap is just tremendous. I mean, it's just phenomenal. Once again, I told you earlier, don't forget to check out Nurse Dave and Major Rich. Bill M's will be up there, as I said, if I can get the link. And then so forth. So before we go into the aftershave and EDT, let's go ahead and just recap real quick. Basically, for the soap today, we used CBL Orion Hammam Spa, which is basically a tribute to Penhaligon's Savoy Steam. If you haven't gotten a brush from Eric Sorrentino, you need to do so. This is a Sorrentino, what I call the Pillars of Creation. It's kind of a Persian jar adaptation. I think it's, out of all the Sorrentino brushes I have, I think it's the absolute best one he's ever made. And it's got a nice synthetic in it. Just a tremendous, tremendous brush. And once again, for the razor, Filarmonica 12 JMP, one of the good ones. And it was absolutely fantastic. For the aftershave, and I don't do the papa, basically Nivea 2-in-1, good stuff. Plus, I wanted to protect my face with the first straight shave in a while. Nice mellow scent. Nice protective qualities and so forth. So that's kind of what I use there. And then I forgot to use the Thayer's Lemon, but I'll show it anyways. Thayer's Lemon, but I didn't use it. And then also, I think what I'll do is I will add a little bit of, if I can find it, CBL Aftershave Tonic, because it's protective. I may have to put my glasses on for this. I think I'm going to. I've got so many. Kind of a discombobulated video today. I think Dave's production crew is here again. California, there it is, Hammam Spa. And again, this aftershave, CBL's very nourishing. And once again, it is a tribute to Penhaligon's Savoy Steam, which we will be using in just a few minutes. We are going to do some talc today, even though it's Sunday and I'm not doing a whole heck of a lot. Go ahead and do some talc. To finish off the shave. And just a reminder, if you guys go into the barber shop and get a haircut, if your barber isn't doing this, both on the neck and then the face and behind the ears after they give you a cut, get a new barber. This is a tradition. Now, if you're going to see a cosmetologist, a lot of cosmetologists don't do this. Get yourself a barber. Not that I'm biased or anything. Or get yourself a good cosmetologist that knows what she's doing. But do the powder. It's worth every bit of it. Okay. And finally today, for the EDT, actually this is an EDC Savoy Steam. This is unobtainium now because they're still making it, but it's in an EDP strength, and they've added a little bit more of pink pepper, and it's more of a unisex scent now, where this was basically a very alcohol forward, very medicinal, but very citrusy. And it basically, if you've ever been in any type of gym or massage area, that wonderful clean smell of a country club and everything else. So that's it. Well, guys, those of you that came along wow, we went along today, 24 minutes. For those of you that came along today, I thought you might see a train wreck. Sorry. But it's good to be back to straight shaving. Don't forget to check us out, www.theshavingcadre.com. We'll probably do another couple of videos before Christmas. On behalf of the ownership of the TSC, we wish everybody a Merry Christmas if we don't see you beforehand. And we'll see you down the road. Have a great day.